We're finally here. Well, anyways, welcome to Logo History 30. Today I'm going to talk about Chips Ahoy, TikTok, Logopedia, Arby's, Pop-Tarts, Lucky Charms, BFDI, Apple Jacks, and Del Taco. I just have to make sure it's recording. Yep, all good. Now let's start with Chips Ahoy, a cookie brand produced by Nabasco. 1963 to 1975. It says Chips Ahoy in white text, and it also says chocolate chip cookies under it in yellow text. And all of that is on the blue rectangle, but in the corner of the blue rectangle is a red triangle with the Nabisco logo on it. 1975 to 1979, the Nabisco logo was removed. 1979 to 1991, now there's like mountains or rocks. No, chocolate chips in the corner. And now next to the word chocolate chip cookies, it says pure in white text. 1991 to 2000, it says Chips Ahoy in black text with a white outline, and then with a black outline, and then with a shadow. And from the exclamation mark, there's like rumbling. 2000 to 2001. Now it's blue with a white outline, with a red outline. The rumbling was removed, and now it says real chocolate chip cookies. Real and chocolate chip is in white text with a blue outline, and cookies is in like this really spaced out blue font. 2001 to 2010. Now it's stacked. Anyways, here is a commercial.
Introducing new Chips Ahoy Cream and Cheese Chocolate Cookie with peanut butter cream.
Nice catch, buddy.
2010 to the present. Now the word Chips and Ahoy are still in blue text, and the exclamation mark is in red. They're all outlined by white, but there's not a second outline as they have a dark black shadow. Well, here's a Chinese variant and the light variant, which I honestly think the light variant blue looks way better than the normal blue. 2024 to the present. Now it's a dark blue, and it's less 3D. And technically this commercial's for the last era, but I'm gonna show it now. So here's a commercial.
It's not easy being so Wait, don't skip. Then you're gonna miss out on these snacks. Best feature, chocolate chips. Bake time? Wait, what? Oh!
Chips Ahoy is here for happy.
Now I'm going to talk about TikTok, a video sharing platform owned by Byte Data. 2017 to 2018, there's a music note with a blue and red glitch effect. Under the music note, it says TikTok in black text. 2018 to the present, the music note has been moved next to the word TikTok, and the O in TikTok has a blue and red like glitch effect like the music note. Here is a commercial.
This whole running thing started with a pain in the neck. I searched TikTok for some stretches.
Gently press down on the left side.
Then I thought, well, I could probably do with more than a stretch. And that led me to this geezer.
Running the entire length of Africa.
We'll give that a go.
Running an entire continent?
No, I'll go for a run. Which turned out to be a bigger pain in the neck. Until we reached the top that one.
Same time tomorrow.
Oh, another one.
Now I'm going to talk about Logopedia, a website that has a lot of articles that show the history of logos. 2009 to 2010, there's a blue L and a green P, and under it, it says Logopedia. The logo part of Logopedia is blue, and the pedia part of Logopedia is green. And also the green P is on top of the blue L. 2010. The word Logopedia is now off-shifted, and the colors are darker. 2010 to 2013. 2010 to 2013. Now Logopedia is less off-shifted, and the L is now on top of the P, and the L has a white outline. 2010. It says Logopedia in black text with a bluish square next to it. 2010 to 2018, the bluish square was removed. 2018 to the present, the font has changed. Now I'm going to talk about Arby's. We have the meats. A fast food restaurant. 1964 to 1978. There's a hat and there's the words Arby's roast beef sandwiches, and it's delicious on top of it in white text. The hat is brown. 1975 to 2012. There's a hat that says Arby's, and then there's a red hat, and inside the hat it says Arby's. Actually, it's a white hat with a red outline, but Arby's is in red text, and here is a commercial.
You're watching public television from the inland north.
$100,000 instantly with Arby's Monte Carlo game. 3 games a card, every card can be a winner. A total of over $30 million cash available to be won. Plus, prizes of Arby's roast beef sandwiches, ice-cold Pepsi, and 3 grand prizes of $100,000. Play Arby's Monte Carlo game today and discover how lucky lean, slow roasted can be.
2012 to 2013, it got darker, and the A in Arby's is now lowercase. 2013 to the present, it went back to the old logo, but the Arby's is like way bigger and it's a little darker. Anyways, here is another commercial.
Arby's doesn't have a beef with burgers. However, Arby's does have a beef with beef that hasn't been smoked for 13 hours over hickory. Arby's does have a beef with beef that doesn't end up on buns with crispy onions and smoked Gouda, or flatbreads with cheddar and crispy bacon. So yeah, Arby's gets along really well with Arby's Smokehouse Brisket. Basically, BBFs. Brisket buds forever. Arby's, we have the meats.
Now I'm going to talk about Pop-Tarts. Finally, like at the beginning, I thought it kind of was tarts. Anyways, a frosted snack meant to go in the toaster. 1964 to 1967. It says Pop-Tarts in black text with a hyphen in between the pop and the tarts. 1967 to 1971. Now it's wavy. 1971 to 1981. It's not wavy anymore, but the font has changed. Here is a commercial.
Where you going, Susie?
To spend the night at Kathy's.
Bet you're excited.
A little scared, too, Milton. I've never slept away from home.
That's only natural. I was nervous my first night here.
Really?
Sure. I didn't know if you'd like Kellogg's Pop-Tarts, but you did. Especially all that real fruit filling and delicious frosting.
Milton, did you ever stay at a friend's house?
Nope. Couldn't find an extension cord long enough. There's a lot of good inside Kellogg's Pop-Tarts toaster pastries.
1981 to 1998. It's now in blue text, and the pop is on top of the tarts. Oh, that rhymed, like pop and top. Anyways, 1998 to 2002. So now the O kind of looks like a bagel popping under the toaster, and it's more of a darker blue. And the font hasn't changed. It's kind of like a little wavy. I don't know how to explain. 2002 to 2004. It's the current Pop-Tarts logo with a red outline, then a black outline. 2004 to 2007. It's the current Pop-Tarts logo, but there's a guy coming out of it with a sign. Here is a commercial.
You boys new around here?
Yeah, I'm A&W Pop-Tart. And I'm Orange Crush Pop-Tart.
Well then, 2 big swigs on me.
She was really cool.
Can't hold your soda, boys.
Crazy good!
Whoop. 2007 to 2019, it's basically the current Pop-Tarts logo, but I'll explain it just for people who don't live in the USA and don't really know what Pop-Tarts are. But anyways, it's Pop-Tarts in white text and then like on a blue background with a blue outline. Here is an alternative version. 2011 to the present in Canada. It's Pop-Tarts. It's the Pop-Tarts logo from the US one, but just with no blue background. 2017 to 2019, there isn't really a difference from the US one. 2019 to the present, now the word Pop-Tarts has a black outline. Now I'm going to talk about their magically delicious Lucky Charms. Well, it's actually called Lucky Charms. Anyways, a cereal brand with marshmallows. 1964 to 1969, too complicated. 1969 to 1988, too complicated. And here is a commercial.
There's Lucky! Get us Lucky Charms! They're magically delicious!
Always after me Lucky Charms, the frosted oat cereal with sweet surprises. Pink hearts, yellow moons, orange stars, green clovers, and blue diamonds. Part of a complete breakfast. Oh, they're coming! I'll make a rocket and fly away. Whoops!
Frosted Lucky Charms!
They're magically delicious.
1988 to 1993, too complicated. 1993 to 1997, too complicated. 1997 to 2003, too complicated. And here's another commercial.
Hey, it's Lucky, making us Lucky Charms.
Hi, with me, Rainbow Magic.
We've got magic too, you know.
But can you make hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons, pots of golden rainbows, and me red balloons?
Well, not exactly.
Ha-ha!
But like magic, we can make them disappear.
Marshmallowy Lucky Charms, a tasty part of this good breakfast. That's me Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
2003 to 2015 in the US and 2003 to the present Canada. There's the words Lucky Charms in yellow text, but the Y turns into a rainbow. The words Lucky Charms in the rainbow is on a red background and it's kind of 3D looking. 2015 to the present only in the US. It's the word Lucky Charms in yellow text, but the Y turns into the rainbow. So it's basically the last one, but not 3D and not with a red background. Anyways, here is a commercial.
Give up the charms, Lucky.
Hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons, unicorns, rainbows, and tasty red balloons.
Seriously?
I love me Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
Yay, 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 yay. Now it's time for BFDI, my favorite show. A web series where objects battle for a prize. I already said this multiple times, but this is my favorite show. 2008. It's the word fiery in red text with the orange outline with the characters Match, Woody, Teardrop, and Spongy on it. And next to the word fiery, it's Fiery himself. 2008 to 2009. Now it says Total Fiery Island, black text, and next to it is Fiery. 2009 to 2010, it says Total Fiery Points in black text with like this black swoosh. Under the black swoosh, it's Fiery. 2010, now it just says Total Fiery Switch. 2010 to 2012, it says Battle 4 in green text and Dream Island in blue text. Which, that's what BFDI stands for, Battle for Dream Island. Anyways, so everything has a white outline and is kind of in a shadow. And like, not a shadow, like a gradient from light to dark. And then everything has a black outline. Here is an intro. (2012 to 2013 and 2023 present). If you don't know, they brought back BFDIA, which stands for Battle for Dream Island again. Anyways, there's Battle for in yellow text and Dream Island in orange text, and again in gray text. Only the words Battle for Dream Island are in a black outline, though. Here are some variants. Here's the Battle for Nothing variant used in BFDI for. Here's the logo without again used on the Battle for Dream Island official character guidebook, and but Flowers doing it. It used on BFDI 11, and here is an intro. (2016). There's the words IDFB in yellow text slowly descending up, and then there's the words Battle for Dream Island in reverse, also in yellow text slowly descending up. 2017 to 2020. There's a white circle with X and 4 in it. X is on top of 4. Under everything it says Battle for BFDI in black text. Here is a Battle for Nothing variant used on BFB 10. 2020 as a prototype, it says Battle for BFB in blue text. 2020, it's 4 reaching up for X, which is marked missing. In between it says Battle for BFB. 2020 to 2021, it's the same logo for Battle for BFDI, but they switched out the word BFDI with BFB. Here is an intro. (2021) 4 was replaced by the announcer. 2020 as a prototype, it says the power of 2 in black text, the power of 2 in green text with like a car seat as a background, and the power of 2 in green text slanted, no background. Also, it says Battle for Dream Island at the top. 2021 to the present, it's the prototype that says Battle for Dream Island and is slanted, but this time it's black. Here's a blue version seen on Teapot 11, and here is an intro. Now I'm going to talk about Apple Jacks. An apple and cinnamon flavored cereal. 1965 to 1971. It says Apple Jacks in black text. On top of it, it says Kellogg's in red text. And all of that is outlined by an apple shape, a red apple and then the green stem. Here is a commercial.
What's the matter, Sonny?
I can't keep up.
You need new Kellogg's Apple Jacks. Apple good for breakfast or snacks. Cinnamon toasty, apple tasty, made with real apple bits. A bowl a day gives you energy to play. Remember, a bowl a day gives you energy to play.
Oh, yeah.
1971 to 1983, they removed the apple. 1982 to 1986, now around the words Apple Jacks are a red red rounded rectangle outline and a yellow rounded rectangle outline. The word Kellogg's is stuffed in between those outlines. 1992 to 1996, they removed the word Kellogg's, and now it says Apple Jacks in a different font in black with a white outline. Actually, no, like a white shadow on a green rectangle. 1996 to 2005, it says it's an apple shape, and it says Apple Jacks on top of it in black text with a white shadow. Here is a commercial.
You pour a bowl of Applejack cereal.
Showtime.
Sweet cinnamon races to you.
You again.
But there's a bad apple who's trying to get there first.
Stay out of my Applejack! Schema!
Here I go.
I did it! I did it!
I am Sydney Ma.
I did Applejacks doesn't taste like apples because the taste of sweet cinnamon
Is the winner, man.
a cinnamony part of this complete breakfast.
Yo! Applejacks, get it?
2005 to the present, it says Apple Jacks. It's just basically the stem is now like a cinnamon stick. And now Apple Jacks is in black. Apple Jacks is still in black with the shadow turned into this huge outline with and that outline has a black outline. Here are two alternate versions. Now I'm going to talk about Del Taco, a fast food place that serves tacos. 1964 to 1976, it says Del Taco in like this maroon text on top of this orange star. Well, it's a red orange star. 1976 to 1979, the word Del Taco is now brown and the font has changed for Del Taco and the star is now orange. 1979 to 1983, the star has more points and is kind of like, let me see. Yeah, it's kind of like a little more rounded. Here is a commercial.
Del Taco, you're hot stuff. Hot stuff.
Del Taco makes 4 kinds of burritos.
Hot stuff.
A soft tortilla filled with lots of good things.
Hot stuff.
Tell us how you want it, hot or mild.
Hot stuff. It's our California flavor, the freshest taste around. At Del Taco, the hottest place in town. Hot stuff.
Del Tacos, your burritos are hot stuff.
Oh, and I forgot to say, here are some variants. Anyways, now, 1983 to 1992, it's the word Del Taco in white text, and it's in a blue rounded rectangle. And that blue rounded rectangle is outlined by a white rounded rectangle. That's outlined by like a purple rounded rectangle. Here's an alternate version used in the late 1980s and early 1990s. 1992 to 2011, there's green lines supposed to represent mountains. There's a sun rising from those mountains. Under everything it says Del Taco in red text. Here is a commercial.
At Del Taco, we don't spend millions of dollars on product development. We have Dan. So when Dan came up with our new Works burritos with your choice of tender chicken, juicy steak, or fresh veggies, we said great. But if they're not wildly successful, Dan will be fired.
What?
Gone.
No,
Out of here.
My daughter needs braces. Oh.
Well, there's another reason to try a Works burrito. Little Susie needs braces.
I'm on the softball team, for crying out loud.
2011 to 2022, it's a little more complicated. 2022 to the present, it says Del Taco in white text. That white text, and then above it, it says there are 2 green lines. And above one of the green lines, there's a rising sun, colored in yellow and orange. All of that, it has a black shadow. Anyways, now that means that's already the end of Logo Street 30. It's probably really long. I'm just not noticing it. But anyways, Next on Logo Street 31. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm going to do Mick Cafe, Airbnb, and Raising Cane's. See you next time. Whoa. Also, thanks for watching this premiere. But you might be watching it later, so I don't know.